How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's workshop. It's a chilly one here today, so I'm bundled up. But we have a little project underway today. Some time ago I built myself a parts organizer bin shelf unit. And I put it over there in the corner of the shop, and I must say it works great. But the problem that I'm having with it is the top half of it, because of the way I mounted it, I can't reach the top part of it. So in essence, I built it so that it would take about 100 bins, and I can only probably use 50 of them. And I don't even have 50 used, but anyways, I can only reach 50. So my plan is I'm going to take that organizing bin down, I'm going to cut the top off it, put another piece on to make like 2 units out of it. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to then put it back there so the one over in this corner of the shop will have like nails and screws and plumbing fittings and whatnot in it, and then the top half of it I'm going to rework and make that into a unit, so I'll have now 2 storage units, and I'm going to mount that over on the other side of the shop here, because I ended up getting rid of my wood stove. My wood stove, it was nice, gave great heat and all, but when I was out here in the shop in the winter working and I had a fire going, every time I turned on the saw and then turn on the dust collector, it would draw the smoke back down the chimney and fill the shop with smoke. So that didn't work too good. Every time I made a cut, I'd have to clear out of the barn for a half hour, let the smoke clear out. So anyways, I decided to get rid of my saw and or get rid of my stove. So I've got some room over there in the corner now, and that's where I'm going to put the top half of this. So anyway, a long rambly intro to what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take down my storage unit that I made in the corner, cut the top of it, remount the bottom part, rework the top part, and mount that on the other side of the shop. So let's get at her. So there's the storage unit, and it's this top part here. I'm going to take that top part off. I hope that's the plan. Take the whole thing down, cut the top part off, put a new bottom piece along here on it, and then I'll remount the bottom part and use that top part on the other side of the shop. Alright, so basically I guess what I want to do is, this was the original bottom of the unit, and I want to keep that. So I want to cut on this center partition, I want to cut on this side of it. So if I just sort of draw a line across here, and then down here, now if I made this thing perfectly square and plumb, I should be able to cut that off there. And these ones are glued in, and I think they're glued in with rabbets, so that might just pull apart, but then I'll have to cut, well, the 2 outside ones I have to cut. I think the middle one is a rabbit, so the middle 3 are rabbits, so I might just be able to break those apart, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to try and cut this, and how do we cut it, you ask? With the tool that I probably dislike the most in the shop, the Sawzall. Some people love these. I've got a love-hate relationship with it. Anyway, here we go. And I want to cut on the left-hand side of that line. about the worst cut I ever made in my life. Now that I turn it around, I want to cut on this side of this center part. Well, that was a better one. I've got a bunch of little nails sticking out here, so I'm going to get my pliers and pull all those out, just so I don't jam them in my hand. So I'm going to climb up here and take the trusty handsaw and cut this. Just like that. So I have to cut 1, 2, 3 of those like that. Huh. Anyway, I got the top cut off. You might be looking at these cuts and say, oh my god, they're pretty ugly, and they are. But that's going to be the top shelf of this bottom unit. Alright, so we got a new back put on it, and we got it reinstalled. There's the back in there, if you can see that. And we got her put back up in the wall. Now what I have to do is get some more Luan, put it up here, or Meranti board, whatever, put it in there. And then I have to reassemble this piece of it right here and mount that the other side of the shop. So we're continuing here. I need to put a new bottom on it. So I had it all humped with, it was 3/4 inch plywood. So I'm going to load this up with lots of glue. Putting lots of glue on here because this is a particle board that I'm gluing to. And the particle board will soak up the glue like a sponge. Set that on there like that. So I have 1.5 inch finish nails and a hammer. My God, can you just imagine hammering a nail? This is the new 21st century technology, folks. Hammering nails. So far so good. Alright, now I just got to put the shells back in it, and I'm going to put another back on it, and we'll be ready to go, I think. So I got all my shelf bottoms in, so now I've cut up what used to be the back, so I have it ready to go on here. So now, more glue. There we go. All right. Now we do the same with the other side, and then we're just about ready to hang her up. This is kind of a beefy thing, but I'm going to set it up there and then tight against this edge here. Then we're going to try and screw her in. this edge. Not quite level enough. So, sticks out past the end here, and is that good or is that bad? I'm not going to worry much about it because I use this areas of wood storage. The wood always sticks out fast, so that'll be alright. And it comes up against this little shelf here, so I like that, that's good. So I'm going to put a couple more screws in just to hold her up, because this will get quite a little weight on it. Alright, so I have to get a piece of wood to go along the bottom like I had mentioned, and guess what? When we were redoing the bedroom, putting the door in the camp, this was a piece of trim that was around the window. I don't even have to cut it, that's amazing. Okay, I'm going to drill some pilot holes in this and set that up. Okay, it's kind of dark under here, but anyways, this is where I'm going to put my piece. So what I've done is I have a screw in each end to screw into these 2x4s, and then I put some screws in the middle of it to screw into the base, because I don't want the base to do that, right? The wood rack will fall over now before that moves. And I have my screws at the ready here, my handy dandy fastener container. Alright, so there is the new old parts container, and then I've got some room up top to store stuff. Like I've got a lot of patterns hanging here and they're always in the way, so maybe I can come up with a way to store those up there. We'll see. And then over on this side of the shop I've got my new old parts bin installed over here, which doesn't look too bad either. So, not too bad. I think I did alright with this one, and I also have room above here for storing materials. So, we took our one big cabinet, cut her in half, now we've got two cabinets that are way more usable. So, it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. I got nice storage over on the mechanical side of the shop now to put mechanical parts and pieces in, and I think it's going to work good, and it's not obtrusive, it's not getting into the shop in any way. And the on the carpenter side, the woodworking side, I've got lots of room now above that unit, and the unit that was up there when it was double high, it was just the top half was useless anyhow. So I like this. It's set up good now, I think. It's better. Hope you liked the video. Hope it inspired you and gave you some ideas about what you can do in your shop. Just go out there and get at her. Get her done. Alright. Click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I'd like you to subscribe. I'd appreciate it if you did. And ring the bell, and we'll let you know when we're posting other videos on Grampie's Workshop. We'll talk to you.